Well, let's see. Look at the clock. It's almost 10 till 2. Nice thing about being in the kitchen is you can tell how long you've been working here. So, you people keep telling me I know how to cook. I'm trying to convince you I don't know how to cook. I'm not one of those grand cooks you're gonna see like the Barefoot Contessa and Martha Stewart. Don't start comparing me with those people. So I decided, all right, they want me to cook. I'm going to give you this meal. It's one of my favorites. It's one of the easiest you can do. Well, let me get my tissue here to wipe my mouth. Okay, so you won't dribble. You know, that's what happens when you get old. You dribble. So, this is going to be roasted vegetables. There's not a lot of vegetables involved, and I don't have all that I need here. But you take down, make notes of what I tell you. And it just depends on how many people you're going to feed as to how much you make. There's no measuring here. No measuring. So I'm going to show you what I'm doing. I'm going to do you roasted vegetables with a salad. And if you are a meat eater, I'm going to recommend one of those small pork tenderloin. They cook in about 30 minutes, and they're really, really good. And they would go very well with your roasted vegetables and your salad. Now, first I'm going to show you what I've already got here, because these are left over from what I cooked the other day. So I want you to see what I've got here. Here are your little red potatoes. You've got your fingerling potatoes. You know what they look like. Here are carrots. Carrots. You want the fat carrots. Are you writing this down now? And you've got the sweet potatoes. Couldn't think what it was. Sweet potatoes. Get a big sweet potato. Now the sweet potatoes are the one that will cook the quickest. The carrots, I'll tell you this in advance. Put your carrots on in a little pan of water and let them boil for 5 or 10 minutes. I usually add 1 or 2 tablespoons of sugar to the carrots. Doesn't matter how many you've got. And it gives them a little bit of a slight sweet taste, but the carrots do take longer to cook. And you want to have them ready when you put all of these vegetables in your big roasting pan. Then the carrots will go right in on top. So, I'm going to do a little demonstrating for you. I'm going to cut you a carrot. Watch me peel my carrot. Maybe you'll learn. I don't know how to cook. These big long strips like that. Okay, let's go down the other end. I'm not a fast worker. That you'll learn. But I try. Let's put it that way. Where's my little knife? I'll cut off the end of my carrot here, just right on the sink. The sink is clean now. Don't worry about that. But I'm going to run a little water over my carrot and make sure it's okay. Now, all I'm going to do is cut this carrot in bite-sized pieces. You can see what I'm doing here. I'm going to use my other knife. It works better. My big knife. I can handle it better. You can see they're bite-sized pieces. Just like that. Very easy easy to cut. Now, if they're real thick, you might cut them about 1/2 inch to make sure that they get done. Yeah, these will be a little thinner. Now, I'm just going to add these carrots to the vegetables I already have in this bowl. And you can see through the bowl, you can see. Now, the nice thing about these little red potatoes, wash them, and all you have to do, if they're real small, just cut them in half. That's all you do. Throw them in there. Now, this is a little larger, so what I do in that case, I cut kind of toward the end. Well, get out of the way. Okay. Now, cut toward the end. That end's a little smaller. And that way, I cut this one in 3 pieces. I don't want the bites too big. This is another large one. I can cut it this way and then this way. Simple, simple, simple. About as easy as anything can be. You don't have to do any peeling. You just check for little bad places, of course. Now, I like a lot of potatoes in mine. There you go. Next thing you want is cauliflower. I never thought I would like cooked cauliflower in my life. But you put this cauliflower in. See what it looks like. It already, I've cut it up in chunks. And if you can slice it in like this, if you can make it in slices like that, that's what works best. And then that goes in with the rest of your vegetable. Now you have carrots, sweet potatoes, little red potatoes, fingerling potatoes, cauliflower, and the other thing you can add is Brussels sprouts. Don't shake your head to Brussels sprout. I would have at one time, but I don't anymore. Get the small Brussels sprouts, trim the little leaves off, cut them in half this way, not this way, this way, and add them to your mixture. Now, what's the next step? You've got your vegetables already. You can do that anytime you want to. And just have them ready. Set them in the refrigerator, get them out. And here's what we're gonna do. Now this is my dishwasher. I figured if I have to wash the dishes before I put them in the dishwasher, there's no need for the dishwasher, so I don't use it anymore except for storage. So I've got a few pots and pans in here. Now this is the kind of pan you want. Nice big pan with deep lid. If you've got one deeper than this, that's all the better. What you're going to do is, and I'm not going to do this because I'm not ready to cook mine. You sprinkle your olive oil over the bottom of the pan. Then, if you've got a good, say, half gallon or gallon size Ziploc bag, I didn't happen to have the large one, but anyway, this is just to show you. You pour, well, come on, let's open up. You pour your olive oil, about a tablespoon or 2 tablespoons, depends on how much you've got and the size of your bag. I'm going to say you probably need 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Now, you put that olive oil in there, and it's lining the bag for you. The next thing you're going to do is you got to have spices. Now, you can choose any spice you like. I'm going to show you what I have. Nah, things get in my way, don't they? I'm going to move this back over here for a minute or two. I've got my onion powder. Make sure you see this. You can use little lemon and pepper or just regular pepper. You definitely want some garlic powder, no question about that. I even like Italian seasoning. Italian seasoning is my main spice. I use it for just about anything I'm cooking. I've got another one here that's roasted garlic and herb. You know, you just grab it. I've got a Chinese 5-spice. I don't know what in the world's in that, but why not give it a try? And this is called A Taste of Havana. I bought this at a smaller, privately owned grocery store. Oh, they just have wonderful things, and their meat section is great. Everything looks so clean and cut up so nice. And I was searching all of the spices, looking for something new and different that would serve my purpose for nearly anything I fix. And the lady recommended this. She said, on weekend, they have a farmer's market right out in front in the parking lot. And one of the vendors had spices. And she bought spices from him. This one was the one she bought, A Taste of Havana. And so she buys all of her spice from this one vendor. Now, that's what this is called, so you probably won't have access to it. But I'm going to tell you what I did. You know what it's like? Having to do this, and this, and this. Then you gotta rub that all in there. Well, I decided I'm gonna take a shortcut. I found one of my spice bottles. This one's called multi. Well, I knew that would work. I'd remember what it was. I took this spice jar and I took every one of those spices. If I can get this cork out. I took every one of those spices and I put a spoonful of every one of them, including salt and pepper. So, when I open up my little oil bag, I just sprinkle it in there, one big, just whatever I think is going to cover my vegetables. I close it up, and I roll it around so that that oil gets on all sides. There's a little air in there now. I have to pull this back so to get the air out. Okay. And I just do this and do this and do this. Okay. My oil and my spices are all in this bag. Now, this is a big bag, you know. The next thing I do is dump my vegetable into that bag. I'm going to put some in just for the sake of showing you how it works. We'll just take a few of these vegetables and just stick them in here, and we'll play act, you know, like you used to do when you were a little girl. Did a lot of play acting and cooking. You've got your sweet potatoes in there. And then you're going to have some Brussels sprouts too. Don't forget that. But okay, let's just say we've got this bag full. All that oil and all those spices are in there. And you're doing this. You're getting these vegetables covered good. They're going to have all the spices, and you're ready to put them in your pan. Put this lid back on so I don't spill it. You're ready to put it in your pan. You've already oiled your pan a little bit because you want some of that on the bottom of the pan. And what you're going to do is this. You're dumping all of these vegetables in this pan. You're spreading them out. Get you a good view now. I want you to be able to see. You're going to put all those vegetables in this pan. Can you see it good? And don't forget, you're going to have a little green in there too. Now, some people may put onion. I do not put onion because onion gets soft. I don't want anything real soft. You've already added your carrots. Set your oven to about 375 to 400. Put this in the oven. These will take about 30 minutes, maybe even less, if your carrots are cooked enough. That's as long as it takes. You take these out and you're ready. You've got your vegetables ready, and they are all spiced up, ready to go in a big serving bowl. Next thing you're going to do is make your salad. You can have any kind of salad you want, but I happen to like something that's got a little fruit in it. When I've got a lot of vegetables, I don't need a vegetable salad to go with it. I want something that varies the taste a little bit. Now what I have here is red leaf. I cut it a little bit because those leaves are big, so I cut it to small size like that. I added broccoli, a little broccoli. Doesn't take a lot of broccoli. You can add whatever you want. I've always liked a little bit of crumbled bacon in salads, and you can add mandarin oranges. And that pretty well take care of this salad, but you've got to have a dressing. I'm not big on oil dressings. I like the creamy style usually. But I found that I like poppy seed dressing. You can get different flavors. Poppy seed dressing. This is just the ordinary. And what I did, I had about a half a bottle of poppy seed dressing. I also had some strawberries that I had sliced. I'd sliced these strawberries. You can cut them any size you want. I had covered them with sugar, and I set them in the refrigerator overnight. They make their own juice. Sometimes I do a little sprinkling water with my fingertips. That gives you a little more juice. So, I add my strawberries. You can mash them up, leave them like they are, or just use the juice. I just leave them like they are, and I add that to my half bottle of poppy seed dressing. Mix it up good, and that's my dressing for my salad. I've got the fruit taste, I've got the broccoli, the lettuce leaf, and I put these little carrots. They're easy, kind of handy, you know, when you buy those little packages of mini carrots. You just grab your handful and throw them into your salad. And the other thing I like to add are these sugared pecans. That's your salad. You've got your roasted vegetables. You don't need bread. I'm a big bread eater. But if I'm going to have bread at all, let me show you what I probably use. These little things. You've bought these. They're crusty. And they're just ideal. And 2 or 3 of these with your salad is all you're going to need. So, if you've got all of these things on hand, and you may be like me, I always keep certain vegetables. I keep carrots, green pepper, celery, and onion. Those things are always in my refrigerator. And I try to have the cabbage and greens for salad. Those stay in my refrigerator. I'm ready for any meal. I also buy the little red potatoes. Forgot to cut that one. I buy the red potatoes in those little bags. I buy the little fingerling potatoes. Now, you can use these for a lot of other things. Sometimes I think, oh, I don't want to cook. I just put a pan of water on the stove, dump 6 or 8 little potatoes in it, let them cook, take 15 minutes. While I'm fixing something else, my potatoes are getting done. I drain the water off, put a little butter on them, a little salt, and I've got potatoes and a salad and some sort of leftover meat. I always have leftovers because you can't cook for one. Just no way it's done. You've always gonna have leftovers. So I think if you will try this, now I didn't tell you add your salt and pepper to your roasted vegetable. And when they come out of the oven, oh, they're just piled on that big bread pan. They look so good and they smell so good, and you can't wait to fill your plate with those vegetables, your good fruit salad with your poppy seed dressing or any oil dressing that you prefer. And you couldn't have a better meal. I take a glass of iced tea with mine. You have wine, water, whatever, but either Dr. Pepper or iced tea. If I'm being kind of formal, I'll go for iced tea. If it's informal, hand me my Dr. Pepper. I hope you've liked this video, because I don't know of any dishes I could show you that would be more satisfying than this meal. And most of you probably already know how to do your roasted vegetables. But with these little fingerling and red potatoes, it comes so easy, and I can't do them without sweet potatoes. You want big chunks of sweet potatoes. You gotta peel them. In fact, I was peeling one. I put it down in water so that it wouldn't turn. So here's a small sweet potato. So that gets cut up into big chunks like you see on this pan. I'm showing it to you again because I want to make sure you don't forget anything, especially the Brussels sprouts. Yeah, I eat Brussels sprouts now. I used to wouldn't touch a Brussels sprout. But you've got a little salt and pepper and spices on with these other mixed vegetables. And the best part of all is the cauliflower. I didn't think I'd ever eat cooked cauliflower. I eat it in salads and things, but I never thought I would be baking cauliflower. See how pretty that is? And it is so tasty. So, that's your video for the day. You get to the grocery, make your list. Red potatoes, fingerling potatoes, sweet potatoes, big fat carrots, Brussels sprouts. Did I get everything? Think I did. And of course, you've got your own spices that you can use. Your salad is to your own making, but this is just a suggestion. And it makes a pretty salad. You get a few strawberries or mandarin oranges and the sugared pecans in there. You're gonna like it. I guarantee you that. So let's see, what time did we start? Oh my gosh. I'm almost to 30 minutes. It was almost 10 till 2 when I started. It's almost 2:15. Get your jacket on because it's raining outside. Get to the grocery. And you'll be eating on roasted vegetables for the rest of the week. So, thanks for watching me. I always enjoy having you and your comments. You're so delightful. I just didn't know people could be so kind. And when you get my age, you appreciate every little compliment you get. Take my word for that. Won't you see these glasses? This is an old pair I've forgotten all about. These are Swarovski jewels. I didn't even know they were till I read it inside this little thing. But I thought they kind of matched the design on my shirt. This is an old shirt. Don't think for a minute I run out and buy a new shirt every time I do a video. I've got enough shirt to take care of the neighborhood. And a lot of them came from Goodwill. So this one didn't. This one came from Dillard's. So let me know if you do this recipe. And if you've got a big family, it's a great meal for them. They'll love it. Whatever's in there they don't like, they'll soon like it after they've eaten it. Thank you for joining me. Bye-bye.